Hello, and welcome to Story Time with Disdonn. Hello everybody, Disdonn here, and it's time for the first Story Time with Disdonn. Now, I had a different story time planned for today, but after recording it, I thought better of it. It's better to leave certain sleeping dogs to lie, as it were, to not ruminate on bad relationships or how certain events unfolded. Perhaps I may tell that story next year around this time, because it was very much relating to prom. But since the end of the school year is approaching, I will give a cautionary tale to my first weekend in college. Now, to preface this, I will say that before I went to college, I was having 2 surgeries. Shortly before, I also had been partaking some PSEO classes, which is taking college instead of high school, because I'm smart, motherfucker, and I didn't like high school. So, what I did was, I was high on prescription pills for most of the time up until graduation, thanks to the 2 surgeries. I had a cholesteatoma, and they had to dig bone out from behind my ear, as well as a tumor. They also gave me a skin graft. Hooray! I did not like that one bit. I passed all of my classes and graduated, however. A month and a half went by. During this hazy time, I applied and was accepted at art institutes in Minneapolis. I would come to later know that school was nothing but a fucking sham, and I probably should have never gone. However, this story still remains. My first weekend at art institutes. Well, I arrived with my stuff. Roomed in 218, I believe it was, the room. At the Grand Mark in downtown, in Minneapolis, on the corner of Washington and Cedar. I'm only giving you this information because I no longer live there, and I feel it is safe to know the jurisdiction of where it was. If you look it up on Google Maps, you will also understand that about a year or 2 later, I was very close to the I-35W bridge collapse when it happened. There's also other stories involving the bridges around there that will probably be told, but that is not this story time. This story time involves a certain situation where, as an 18-year-old young adult, I came going to school for animation. I wanted to become an animator. I wanted to do 3D films, movies, television, whatever. And I was roomed up with another animator. Well, 2 animators, actually, and an interior design student. One of the other animators, Lee, was, he had a bit of a pigmentation issue, and one of the first things I said as soon as I walked in the door was apparently a thing that I was not supposed to say about him. I was corrected and justly reminded never to do that again. Later that evening, a few of their friends came over, and alcohol was partaken. A lot of alcohol. I was basically thrust into the drunkest room in the dorms. Not to my knowledge. So, we had quite a party. One of the ladies brought over was a slightly larger African-American woman who was also in the interior design curriculum with the interior design male in the dorm room. The rooms were set up in a main room in the center, and bedrooms with with bathrooms on the side, and with the main room came the laundry room and the kitchen. Just to kind of give you an idea of how the layout was. And there were 2 people per bedroom. Me and one of the animators, and the animator I insulted, and the interior designer in the other one. And they brought over their friend, their black lady friend. And she got rip-roaring drunk. I think we were drinking some gin and tonics, and I think there was also a little bit of rum involved. Rum or vodka, I cannot quite remember. I was pretty sauced as to what we were drinking. But we did wind up having her... this lady friend. There was a couple of lady friends, but she was the one that was more talkative, and the more she drank, the more talkative she got. And at one point, she started hitting on me. Quite a bit, actually. To the point where she started taking off clothes, at which point the 4 of us wrestled her to the chair in the main room. And luckily, the interior design student, whom I was soon to be living with, he had some duct tape, and we duct taped her to the chair for the night, because she was quite intent on doing a few things to me and possibly other males in the room, based on her inebriation, and we were not going to take advantage of her or let her take advantage of us. In the morning, she had no recollection of the events. Fortunately, one of us decided to take a disposable camera and take pictures. I have no clue whether or not I still have any of those pictures, but let's just say there was proof. But it is a warning to you all. Be careful. If you get roomed up with a bunch of drunkards, be careful. Know your limits. Enjoy the time, and don't rape and don't be raped, people. This has been Disdonn, giving you a story from my first weekend of college. So, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Like, comment, and subscribe below. And I'll see you in the next Story Time with Disdonn. This has been Story Time with Disdonn.